Annie that I wanted, that the title of my presentation will be Getting In Over Your Head. I realized as I explained it to my team in Hong Kong that didn't really translate very well, didn't make a lot of sense. So trust me, I'll explain a little bit about what that means. But I'm really excited for the opportunity to be here with you all today and to share some of my thoughts on this subject. So a quick introduction on myself, and let's make sure this works. I'm just going to push an arrow. Up or down? Yeah, okay. So a quick introduction of myself is amazing and awesome, and I love that. So multifaceted why I'm here today. So getting in over your head, I want to make sure that this description, I guess I can't see it. Is there a way to make it visible on the screen too, or do I got to turn around? Okay, so getting in over your head is described in the Urban Dictionary, because it is definitely a slang term, having more difficulties than you can manage, okay? So oftentimes when we say this, I'm in over my head or I'm in too deep, it has a very negative connotation, right? You're in a situation that's too big. So I'm going to tweak this definition a little bit, okay, to take it from having more difficulties than you can manage to having more difficulties than you think you can manage, okay? That's the big difference in what I would like to kind of stick to today. I'm a big believer, and in my life, I love getting in over my head. I love being in situations that are bigger than me. I love being in a room full of people, as I am now, where I probably shouldn't be. Because in those moments is when beautiful things can happen. So if you don't know how a diamond is made, okay, this is the BYU Hawaii graduate with a degree in International Culture Studies. I'm not a geologist, but this is my definition of how a diamond is made. Deep in the earth, there is immense pressure on carbon. And when immense pressure happens, either it explodes and nothing happens, or diamonds are pushed to the surface and a beautiful thing is created. I love that analogy for business, for entrepreneurship, for opportunities. When this immense pressure happens, I believe that in those moments, whether it's peer pressure, business pressure, whatever that pressure is, when you make the right decision, when you capitalize on opportunities in these situations, beautiful things can happen. It is in those moments that the greatest growth can happen, that your greatest productivity can happen, and when you can actually make a difference in the world around you. And I've seen that time and time again. So before you consider getting in over your head and diving in the deep end, as we say, it is crucial that you know your why. What I mean by that is you've got to have some sort of compass. I think many of us in this room right now, well, if not all of us, have a very similar moral compass. We have a very similar why, a spiritual grounding that kind of motivates much of our decisions as we make them, right? And for me, my why is this right here. This is my why. My wife, Bridget, my kids, the people that I love the most, and the smiles on their faces. Everything that I do for this. And it's important that you know your why, because if you're an entrepreneur or you've started a business or you work for the man and you're working at a business, you know that a lot of business is this, right? There's been a lot of times that I just want to grab my MacBook and put it over my head and go to sleep. And it's in those moments of great pressure, those moments of great trial, that you have to know your why. You have to have a compass. What is it? Why are you doing this? What is the purpose? This is my personal why, right? My family, my faith. I tell all of our employees at MWI, most of them are not members of the church, they're not LDS, but I express to them in our onboarding process when I'm doing my onboarding with them that I love MWI, my business, that I've put in blood, sweat, and tears and money and everything else into this business and to the growth of this business. But I make sure they know from day one that my true why and the real place that I make my meaning and the things that are most important to me are my faith and my family. I tell them that from day one, and so they know where my compass is as well. So today, as we say in Hawaii, today I want to talk story, okay? I want to tell you of some stories of my own career thus far. I'm still very much in the infancy of my career, I hope. But I want to tell some stories of moments that I was in over my head. And hopefully along the way we'll learn some principles of what it means to be in over your head and how to capitalize on these moments. It starts with that guy right there. That's me. I really just posted that because I found a random picture when I was going through my Google Photos. But the story starts here with me as a baby. And then, then it really starts here. This picture cracks me up. That's me with a disgusting mustache, which I'm sure my wife, I'm guessing this picture was a selfie that I took to send to my wife because she hates when I have any sort of mustache. So I think I was probably teasing her sending her this picture. But what you'll see in this moment, this was in about 2013. I was a